Okay, let's see if this works. Looks like that first frame was a little bit weird. Okay, but I need this to do things like this, and you know the drill. That. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we really got that. Okay. Okay, I think looks like we're pretty healthy in terms of the stream metadata. I don't know. It's been like a year or more, and I'm still anxious whenever I start these. So, oh dear. Okay. You think I'd be by now at least a little bit better at this, but no. And it's still like stage fright is like I gotta perform now. It's hard. So okay, welcome guys. Still as giggly as ever. It's my nervous laugh. You can't tell which one is laugh or not. Okay. Happy New Year's. Hi Star and Flamer. Good to see you. Hello Tamiko. If I'm saying that right. Tamiko. Tantum. I always say that weird. Happy New Year. Yay. I was supposed to start with this picture. There we go. Yay. There we go. I have a Russian name. I'm not. We never really got an education to be able to learn how to pronounce Russian, so I blame US learning systems. And hi Extreme. You sound new. Hello. Another decade. It'd be my second or so. So I was 90, so I saw at least the Y2K, and then 2010, and then this will be my third. Yeah, this will be my third. Cool. Even though I'm only like 24, but it's like I've been through 3 decades somehow. It's really weird. Could you believe it's already 2010, 2020. Yeah. Yeah. So happy New Year. This is great. Great to see all you guys. This is really fun. Yay. Hi. You? It's hard to say it. It's really hard to smell too. Fong? I'll get that bit. Taylor, your second decade. Ah, yes. Yeah, so you were two as in something like that. Okay, see you guys. But meanwhile, we're gonna have fun. Let's see here. We're gonna get on with this. I think we're just gonna have probably just a chill thing. We're not really gonna make anything big. I think we're just gonna do like a nice chill, like maybe like a nice like Q&A or like any just kind of discussion that we want to do. I think that might be fun. But otherwise, let me know. Otherwise, I'm getting confused by the goodbyes now. Oh, hey, legit. How you doing? And bees. Nice to see you. We're gonna probably just have like a nice, yeah, Q&A, or I could do like some doodling. That's why I got this open, so I can start maybe like, because I think on one of my community posts, I posted like, what should I do for a stream, or like as an idea, and it was like, hey, and one of you guys said, hey, why don't you do a Q&A, and then people, last question, I don't know where I was going with that, and then I will draw pictures related to that, or maybe not. So, and I said that I'll do that sometime later when maybe we're not doing, maybe like in between things. So I think this is it then. So, you have any questions for me, more specifically, maybe tied to me, or not really personal, I guess, 2 questions, but I know like all your favorite questions of like, what's your favorite X is usually half of them. So maybe we can try and get maybe those first out, or at least minimize those kind of questions, because those are kind of a little bit boring, and I'm not very good at doing favorite things in the first place. Yeah. Finale. I guess there was like 3 technically parts to it. I felt the hour-long one was obviously way better, and could have been its own conclusion if they had like a no, like, because probably with having the third part being a little like 20-minute thing, trying to tell like 2 or so stories while also being everything else at the same time, didn't really feel like, because like the hour long had enough time to like tell a story and be almost a bit too long at some points, where it just kind of felt like it was stretching. And then you got the last one, which tried to cram everything into like half or like quarter the size, you know. But for sword part, it definitely checked off a lot of like finale like check marks to like, what happens to that character? What happened to that one? Even the director said like, well, we can't really show every character, but then it's like, what's then the point of like, let's do the time skip just to see like what happens? But then it's like that destroys like nearly most of fan fictions at that point too, so it doesn't really help with that either. So I don't know. But I think it was fine on its own, I guess. It was just not really. I knew that they would end on a song, so that was something. I don't know where this picture's going, but we're just gonna. I don't even know what Celestia Twilight looks like. So this is warm up. This is so I can get better at drawing now. And then later, hopefully the drawing's going to get a little better than this. I think it's also just performance. Yeah. And then this is future Twilight, I guess. I don't remember how she looks. That's how good it was that I don't even remember how this looks now. And then, does she have a tiara? I bet she does. Oh yeah. We'll get better. I'll drop more things. Anyway. Let's imagine her purple or whatever. Oh dear. Good start. Let's see. Fluttershy. Yeah. She has a little thing here. Maybe I'll add the little cutie mark as a symbol. Yeah. Here we go. Doesn't look too bad from a distance. Oh, hi, kitty. Yeah. We're doing some Q&A. If you have any questions, maybe we should have a little thing for something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll have a. There we go. Ask the Q's, and I'll leave that as a layer on top. Does that work? And I'll lock it, and then I can do that. There we go. That should work. Okay. Yeah. Well, obviously because the finale also had like Derpy in it a little bit. It wasn't like as big of a screen job as other episodes, so it's like not the best episode at that point, but it's had enough for going for it. With the designs of all the characters too, I wasn't really happy with that either, or like what, because it's possible to like please, you can't please everyone all the time. So with all the future versions or the time skip versions of all the like main 6, it's like I'm not really on board with how they really went about with them. Yeah, I don't know. It's been so long, I can't even think of any concretes of those. But having Pinkie Pie with cheese sandwich without being, it was very implicit about what like kind of relations or like what really is going on. So it's like that kind of was a bit weird with that too, where it just kind of we'll tell you what they'll look like and what they kind of do with a hint, but then we're not really gonna really go into it, so you can still have your own, you know, fan fictions, but then it doesn't really help that much. Just got wings. Not exactly in style, but there we go. Boop, 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 boop. I'm more of an animator, so I use puppets more, and I'm not actually the most fine artist artist here. I'm around. I'm just getting little things. So this is like a storyboard kind of a sketch, and I know exactly what to draw from here, and then I would just kind of go from there and animate with my puppets. So kind of like in here, where it's just like I didn't really draw Derpy the whole way through, but all of these are in parts where I can just use these different things and just add, you know, different things onto it, and then just change the expression or change the glasses. There is my older version, I guess, or add the different version of how I want to draw it. A lot of hidden layers and stuff, but you know about that. So from here, it's like I could go on top and then make them become this a puppet and then start animating that, but otherwise there's not much from here. Let's move on. All right, I think I got my email. Is it from? It's from YouTube. Yeah, thanks. I am live. Thanks, YouTube. How we doing, guys? Is anyone in the future yet? Because I know for me it's still 2019. I think America should be 2019, right? What was up with New Zealand? I read this somewhere that they were okay with being in the past too. Like, why were they? Like, what was up with that? I didn't really read up on much more than that. I'm gonna draw something, just a doodle or something. See what happens when I get a nice curve there. There we go. Yeah, I think my party or whatever for New Year is gonna be pretty tame. I mean, I'm not really into doing much things, so we'll just kind of just hang out. Probably just usually have a friend over, so it's gonna be pretty chill with that too. Chill as in just not really going to a big city, you know. It's just kind of like just like hanging out, not much more than that. Like this cat that I'm drawing. There we go. Oh man, you're in your future? Ugh. What's it like? It is 2020 here. Cool. Lucky. Never use that many celebration. Yeah. I think in my negative woods that we kind of have a lot of celebrations. Like that, it got to the point where it just like we had to start making laws and say like, oh, well, this city, it's probably best to not do fireworks. That we did it so much that it's just like, let's make it like a more of a law. We're like highly discouraged doing fireworks, so we'll be been having less and less, I guess, but like it's still been, you know, those hooligans who are gonna still do it, you know, like they're not gonna care. Aha. Oh, it's loud. Ooh, jeez. I really got nothing. Guess where this is going. Oh yeah. I think this is how it works. Oh yeah. Yeah. Here you go. It's keyboard cat. How we doing? There's a lot of things and it's hard to read. Let's see. Ah, yes. Yeah, I don't really celebrate too much. Oh, I was so confused there. It's like, wait. So 27. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I get you. Uh-huh. You just take Gregorian calories because of those. Okay. Julian is for the... What was the other one that I heard about today? Where it was like a calendar that was like more for like businesses or like for economics? Where it's more like doesn't have like a week structure, but like just like I guess sorta, but makes it like it shortened it somehow and then makes it into a nice evenly equal thing. I don't know. I have one of those. Use fabrics is bad. Is it banned? But it's not way to exactly escape New Year. It's just kind of like just gotta happen. So yeah. So yeah, if we don't want to go on for that, I'm sorry about that. But for us, we're not really gonna celebrate it either. But it's just like it's a holiday, so I guess I'm gonna go along with that. There we go. Let me what should I draw? I got it. You gotta hate me for more of this than anything else. I was doing a bunch of like sketches today of like what I wanted to draw on this, so I was like, hopefully I'll be able to draw what I want in here. This is kind of close. You might already know it. I think the face is the hard part. Whoosh. Let's see. Retrospective, yeah. Speaking of a decade. Yeah. It starts to do that. Well, I guess all the companies like that to do that too. Where it's like, well, you know, it's a whole decade different. That means you gotta buy all the new versions of everything. So why don't you? You know? So why don't you buy all the cool new things? It's Knuckles. Was it got a little Knuckles or something? I never really knew about Sonic. Sonic. That's weird. There we go. I think I drew his quills things too low. Let's get rid of that. Here we go. Boop boop boop. I was sure. Might be a little bit above you guys. Okay. I'm just reading your stuff now. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, Katie. You're gonna miss this. Oh man. This is great. And for Q&A, this has been heck of a time. Sorry that I reminded you guys of the harsh reality of where you guys are. Because I've been doing good. It's actually been a really nice year for me. Whoops. I've been having fun. Because I've been able to. I like penguins. I've been able to work on my projects really well. And I got the folly is really has been rocking out really well. Having fun with that. A little sparkle there. I don't know what this. Did I draw a penguin wing? Let's get out of that. There you go. How do we tape this off? There we go. Got a little hat, kind of, with this kind of sparkle. I thought they have little, they look like they have tuxedos. There you go. It's got a tiny hat. It's ready to go. It's ready for a party. There we go. Alright, tied it in. Ha ha ha! There you go. It's got a little tail, sort of. How do we get the tail? Ah! Here we go. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. I like the big one. Yay! Thank you. Well, I guess most of you guys are like more, half of you guys are like very regulars, so it's hard to, I guess, ask questions that you haven't asked of me yet. That's fine though. Let's see. I like this little penguin guy. So I'm just coming up with stuff to draw now. Yeah. So maybe next time we'll have some more time to make a little project. I was gonna get into Kappa, but I don't think I've been slowly been less been scared of it, or just gonna probably try to ignore it as much as I can. Because I think even Kappa will probably not be super like as a law, but it'll probably like on every single basis of the billions of channels to actually scan through them and to look at it. So I don't think they're really gonna look at me and go, well, you're breaking the rules regardless of which way you do, because it's in this gray area, which is like coarse, but it's also not really made for children. So it's like, what? So I don't even know what to really do. So yeah, I'm just waiting for a push comes to shove, and then if they tell me, like, hopefully in a nicely worded email, instead of what's wrong with you, why did you do this, we're just gonna flat, do the fine or whatever they want to do, whatever kind of punishment, then I'll go from there. But right now I'm probably just gonna keep it probably as not for kids for my channel. I marked one of them for kids, so that might be weird for the algorithm to think that, well, this one is, but everything else isn't, so I might have to change that one. But I wanted to keep at least one of them. But one of them was just to see, like, well, if, like, what happens, essentially. Like, if I have one set for made for kids, then what's gonna happen? Like, it's supposed to, like, remove ability to not be able to comment, I think maybe likes. Even a guy who was like one of the FCC people was being interviewed at this press conference of like, hey, just be able to talk about it. He was asked like, what's gonna happen, and he was like, he had to like look over to say like, are links or likes and dislikes enabled on that, and he like had to look over. So even if that guy who was supposed to be like answering all these like questions about it had to like question himself of whether that one little bit, which I'm sure it doesn't really mean anything, but it's just like, it's a little bit weird. They would like had to trust this guy and everything else, but he kind of like had to side angle to make sure about that. So it's like, wasn't confident in everything that he was saying, I guess. So that's where that was going. So yeah, I'm not sure whether or not if having where to put, like, I'm on a spectrum, like where does my stuff really go? So I'm not sure. I like cats. Let's draw more cats. Yeah. If My Little Pony was like made for cats, I would watch it more. Or I probably watched it like in older generations just because it was cats. Yeah, I really like cats. I'm allergic to cats though. think I'm allergic to her hair or something, but I touched the cat recently. There's a story to that. This is me off now. I was taking a walk in my neighborhood to get some Pokemon. Pokemon Go. Just because there's a Pokestop like 3 houses away from me, so it's like a nice distance walk to get to there. And so it was like, hey, look, there's a neighbor cat. You know, just like didn't really have a tag, whatever you call it, a collar. That's it. So it was really weird. Maybe just like got off or something, but it probably was. Can't see my mouth over there. Does it have a nose? There's a nose now. So it was like really weird. My dad was there. He's like, hey, you know, it's like he likes animals too. So like, he started to like pet the cat. This is pet the cat motion. And so it was like really sweet. So I was like, oh, why don't you try petting it? And I was like, but I'm allergic. So I was like, oh, well, my dad knew, but it's like, might be fun to try, you know, and just figure it out, you know, to still see whether or not still am or not. Because it's been a while. Let's fix this a little bit. Make it taller. Let's get really. Let's maybe make this a little lower. It's hard to make this look good. Anyway, so I touched the cat for a bit, and it was like, it's weird because I never really had that chance to, so it's like a really weird experience of like petting it, and it was like, huh, I never really, you know, thought about it, that they have fur and then like a body underneath. And it was just like this weird experience of like realizing that at the same time. It's just like having this cat like go over you, and it was just like it would like headbutt and like really be forceful and like upon my legs and everything, and it was just like really weird experience because I never really had that one kind of experience before. Never been into really like dogs or anything, so never been into that. What's it name? Teeth. And then a little tail. Yep. Something like that. Haunch. Can't really see them, but there you go. Like I said, it doesn't have a... It's like sitting really weird. They were still in our warm-up phase. But yeah. The point of that cat was that it was weird to touch, and then realizing that it had a lot of fur and then like a body underneath, and I just never really thought about it. It was really weird. Just like all the weird like emotions of like, whoa, I can like go through the hair and then I touch something else and it's like, whoa. It was weird. That was several months ago. But anyway, how we doing? Thanks. Yes, I remember you because you had your name, and I was like 8-Bits channel is cool. Let's see here. Hello, Deputy Guster. Should I make this bigger? I don't think people are exactly helping me with this. Because if I make this big actual word, then it's going to be falling off. Yeah, it's got a tilde. Here we go. Big enough on my screen. Okay. Hello. Yeah, I can draw something. I drew all these so far. Oh, thank you. You can see my portfolio is very well-rounded. I like this Knuckles guy. Off of memory. Let's get everything down a little bit. center a little bit. Here we go. Okay. I'll wait for you done. Let's see. How we else doing now? I'm doing good. Again, the party won't be much. Obviously we're not gonna go out and blast fireworks or anything really. We're just gonna probably just watch the, because I live in Washington State, so I can watch the Space Needle. I'm not close enough to like look at it like from my house. I'm far away from Seattle, so it's like I can watch it on TV and feel like I'm there because I've been there before multiple times. I've been to the Space Needle a lot. Not since they recently had the renovation, where they put this like ugly like band around it, and it has like these words on it. I think. Let me do that first. I see your sands, and I'll raise you a Space Needle that looks nothing like it. So it's got all these bits that kind of go around, and then this is like a very nouveau way. And then there's a little box, like a little elevator, and then those guys go up and down. But anyway, this area right here is the rotating. There's a little light. This is the rotating restaurant. So you can go inside, and then there's a restaurant. But recently they had a big renovation to put this like gross like advertisement thing that was like, go to Seattle or check out our other stuff at Seattle, but like covered it up and just made it really gross. I just don't like it. Let me see if I had a picture of it. I'm off on this now. Hang on. Space Needle. New. That's New Year's. Before and after. Let's get an upgrade. Show me the dumb thing. Show it. Is that it? Maybe I just remembering this. Where am I? Can't see myself now. Right above me. It's this we're open thing. So I can open it, new tab. There you go. So here's the top of the Space Needle. I got it close. Let's see. Do. I guess you're replying to yourself? I'm confused now. Oh, cool. Chinese New Year. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, anyway, they had like this dumb thing of like, hey, check out this Space Needle is open now. And I was like, this is horrible. It's like supposed to be like retrofuturism kind of a thing to go with the Space Needle was originally introduced as a World's Fair thing. So it was like a 60s like World's Fair to say like, hey, Seattle can do cool things. Check this out. Then blop, they added the whole Space Needle to be futury. But now like recently they had this bit. But now I guess maybe it's gone. It's not the before and after, and it looks basically the same. If you guys see anything different, let me know. Is it taller? Like maybe this bit to this bit, it looks taller. Maybe something else. Let's see. Do. It looks like 50s? Yeah, World's Fair. Maybe it's... okay, yeah, you're right. That I think... Yeah, it was 50s? Was when it came out? Let's get rid of new. Space Needle was... When was it? When was it open? Oh dear. That's not Wikipedia. When? When was it built? Okay, 61. Yeah, I was right about that. Ha! Okay. Anyway, there we go. I drew it 1-to-1. Okay. Yeah, Star's been here for basically almost next month we'll be here for a year. He helped a lot, and then eventually like asked me or something, and I was like, ah, sure. It was like my first mod, so it was like I was doing YouTube live only like for a couple months, and then it's like, oh, Star said that he bonded other people and was like seemed to be okay. And it's nice to do out and say like, yeah, it worked out all right. I gotta learn how to drink. Okay. Sanzu. Let's try it. Oh, really? I guess I get like 17 and 18 and 19. Those kind of years kind of get flow together too well. Because I'm usually like 3 weeks ahead. So I usually plan a, like a whole thing. Like, I plan a cartoon like to be finished in like 3 or 4 weeks. So it's like, I never really think of where I am. I'm more like where I want to be in 3 to 4 weeks. And so it's like, I better get to those places and get those milestones to be able to get there. Happy New Year. Yeah. Thanks, Marcus. Sans. Played Undertale maybe like 3 or 4 hours. I know the game is only like maybe like 10 or so hours, but it's like still took way longer to get to there. So I only really got to like the I remember being the lava plates or like those puzzles where like you get to the platforms where it's like you gotta do the platform thing of, well, if you step on this spinny thing then you'll go over there. And that was a maze like that. So I remember being done there for like several hours. Oh yeah, I just remember like all the battles being really too hard. I didn't have the best experience with Undertale. You're I'm just gonna go with the glowy bitty guy here, I guess. Is that cool? I don't know. Just doing this by memory, it's hard. I could look it up, but I know it well enough. I have visual memory, so it should be okay. That's what I'm planning. I guess just like doing this. It's got that thing there. It's also a skeleton, so I have to like draw out a little bits here. And then start out flatter. Like that. He's got his hands in his pockets, I guess. And it's like that. That's kind of cute. Okay. Yeah. This when I was working on the Derpy movie for join. Yeah, I remember that. But that doesn't really tell me when that actually was of when the stream was. So, yeah, obviously these will all be sketches, so I probably won't do any colors even doing for that. Just so I can get a move on with that. Ooh. It stands under the table. I even read that wrong. Yeah, man. And here's his friend. What's his friend? It's Papyrus, and he's like, oh no, brother, don't do that. How do you draw a finger? No, this has to be like wrapped underneath. Aha. That's not even right at all. I'm trying to draw a thumb down, finger up. That's wrapped up. And he's like, haha. And he's got the scarf flying off. There you go. There we go. Best friends. Now let me go small. There you go. Oof. Let's see. Yes, papyrus. Still recording. Well, I'm still live streaming. Yep. I'll probably go for another 20 minutes, or we'll see where this goes. Where the big bolded ask me questions thing has not really worked out as best as I thought. Best laid plans are fun. I'm gonna draw a frog. I don't know. I thought I would do these little pictures so I can think of something as I go. This isn't working. Okay. Have I streamed a game before? Technically, have I don't know if I've actually done a game. I never really streamed a video game, like a let's play, like fully. But I might have done like a drawing game thing, but I think every time I thought about it, I never actually did it. So that's why my memory is like, did I actually do it or not? And it's probably no. Happy New Year. Yeah. Drama day? Okay. I did actually have like a weird discussion with myself. This is going places. I wanted to do some like exercise, and I just popped in like Wii Fit. No, Wii Sports. There we go. I wanted to play Wii Sports because I wanted to play Wii Tennis. So I just kind of just hooked everything up, and it's like I'm just playing Wii Sports by myself right now. So, and then in that moment, I was like, could I stream it? Or like point my webcam the other way to the TV and then play it from there? But I think I might need more technology. Maybe like either use 2 webcams or try to figure out how to use a different game streaming box so I can do console games. But obviously the easy way to just play PC games on here. But otherwise, let's see. Yeah. So I was thinking like I could, do a little stream. Let's put everything inside a little box here. Where I could point the camera at the TV. Super wide, I guess. So be able to see like everything underneath here and then see like the Wii U. There it is. And then somehow I would be over here. And then I would go, whoa, let's Wii. And then you would see that. And then somehow maybe there'd be a chat box or something. I'll have to like redesign like everything to be able to fit with all this. Because otherwise it would just literally be weird, like these guys would only be like so tall and everything. So I don't know. Yeah, that's why I need like a different way than just using like a webcam to just look at everything here. And then this might be, obviously because it'd be 480p, right? 480p stretched out to 1080 inside of a box. So that probably won't work out for that. Screen bloom. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm sure like the new webcams are a little bit better, but yeah, I know what you mean. Even like when I was like playing it, I noticed that the screen was getting brighter and dimmer. It's probably had like adaptive like night mode or something. So it could be maybe the future I can turn off. Yeah. 480p stretched, yeah. It's not like adapting or like using HDMI magic to output it natively better at 1080. So it's gonna be bad. No matter what I do, if I don't have like upscaling like natively throughout whatever, then this won't really work. So the other option is that I need to get like a box that would record the screen again. So I go to here, and then I have to go to like my PC, which is this, and then I would still need to be over here to play. I get better every time I draw myself. But then I would only see this, and then in there, somehow maybe I can match. This will be screen, but then I need to have myself, or does that matter? I think the fun of it would just be to see myself, which then means I'll have to put this in green screen, like this, and then be in front of it, and then have myself being green screen over here, and then playing it like that. And then this will be a little bit better, but then I'll have to be superimposing that. So then I can use like one webcam here to figure that out, which I'll still need to go into a PC, which all in all might be a bit too much for my computer at all. So I know other people are able to do this kind of stuff, but it's like I don't exactly have this yet. I basically have everything else, is a weird thing. I have a box that can record directly HDMI footage, so that's how I did my like Let's Play. That I think in my older streams I had a link to them. And anyway, I had like a third channel, which my second one really didn't have much anything in there in the first place, but I did have a Let's Play-ish channel where I played video games with my mom. I played that for about a year, where I just play like a whole different bunch of games for every week. We'd play something different. And I was using the technology of using a little box that would record and then save that as a recording. So I wasn't able to stream to the PC in any way. Because now there are boxes that do that, but I think for our purposes, we were fine with just using a recording box and then taking the files off of there, putting it onto the PC, and then edit it into a video with the green screen footage as well. So that's all that kind of works. And then so to get away from all this, the easier way would just be to use PC and then play games from there, and then that'll be easier. Erase. Oh, we got a favorite. All right. Favorite console. Ooh. My first console was SNES, so I think that's just the first thing in theory, whatever, that'll be your favorite, because everything else will have to be matched up to that, I guess, as a stepping like ground thing. Oh boy. And then after that, I got the GameCube, and then the Wii, and then Wii U, and then Switch. And then along the way, the only other console that we got was actually a PS3. And that was just so we could play Blu-ray games, or Blu-ray discs, to watch DVDs. But even then, it's like, yeah, we don't watch DVDs anymore. So we never got a PS4 then, so... So I've just had, like... I didn't really get the NES or the 64, but I've played those games later on. But anyway, that's about it for that. So I'll see who figure out which this one is. Whoa, crazy! Whoa, 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 whoa! It's got this on it. Pop, 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 pop. And then it's got that. What is it? Who's this? Who's that Pokemon? There you go. Does it have a thing on the bottom? Mine does. There you go. Was this button on the other side? I always get left and right confused. So maybe I didn't. But I think this one's my favorite. Happy New Year. Thank you, Nathan. Nathan, there you go. Let's see. I haven't got it yet. I don't see that. Did I draw wrong? Oh, I got pretty close. I think the first game I got was Double Dash. That's like was actually like packed into this, so it was like really good staple of that. So that's what my first Mario Kart, so it's like everything was stacked up with that. It's like Double Dash is just really high up there. Inspired style by Paper Mario. Yes. For those selective years, yes. Hi, Padra. Yeah, the Paper Derpy series were very heavily inspired by the Paper Mario series. Is that right? Did I say it right? I got confused. Which leads into me the Paper Derpy movie. Is actually progressing really well. I'm actually I'm more surprised of how far I gotten already, because I've been so like intermittent of like I gotta work on this project for cartoon whatever, and then it's like, oh, I got, I guess, one day or something, like I can work on the movie for like a bit, you know. So it just kind of like it didn't really add up to like figure out like, oh, I actually got 3 minutes of animation done so far ish on the movie already. I was like, wow, I didn't really expect that to be that far in. So right now it's about like 9:58, so 9 minutes 58 seconds in total time, and I got about 3 minutes done. But so far this week I've gone through and fixed up like the first minute or so, adding more characters and fixing different bits. I even changed like the mail house, redesigned it a little bit to make more actual sense, because I can try that now. That the mail house in the original had like these columns, and then like these far away columns, and then these close columns, and then it was like supposed to be like this block here, and then that's where it is. So it's like, this doesn't make any sense for it to actually be a building. So I have to like really just go back and like figure out like, why did I draw it like this, and go, oh, is that based on something else? And it's like, oh, that it's like this Coliseum like column thing. So I had to like get rid of these and then just make this into like a door. So I had to like do stuff like that that I didn't really think about. So hopefully along the way I'll be make things, each little element, you know, that much better. So overall it's gonna look better than probably what it was, than if I didn't. I'm getting confused with all this. Ooh. Boop boop. Oh, resolution. I gotcha. Say that buildings on top of clouds already unrealistic. I actually thought about that, but I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah, the columns in the building itself are like made out of styrofoam or very light materials, so they're not made out of stone as much. I would think, or it could be magic. Yeah. Hopefully it makes more actual sense than be able to see a building where you can see a front and a back column. It makes more sense when you see it. It's like, it doesn't make sense of like having a building, but it's made out of blocks here, and then you can see behind it a behind column. Like, it's supposed to be made out of, like, from a top view, it's supposed to be having these columns all the way around. But to make it a solid building, it would have to not see the back. So I had to get rid of that. So I thought I was smart with that, and it just like took me probably way longer than it probably should have to actually figure it out. So a lot of my cartoons in probably 2014, 15, or 16, and a lot of those will have the unaltered version of this. So yeah. Hey man, hey DM, comic art. Oh, that's cool. Let's see what else. Made any New Year's resolutions? Thank you. The resolution is just to maybe just figure out all of my Happy New Year. Figure out all my faults, I guess. That's kind of the point of it, is to recognize your faults and try to see like how to improve it. I think my biggest one is just not being very social or having much of a actual experience with a lot of things, like real world things. So I would like to get some kind of like retail or like some kind of out of the office, which is my house, kind of a job. Be able to do something like that and try to work on the movie. The movie is going to be the priority one for projects and stuff, and then I'm trying to make the other projects make more smaller, or at least maybe like the loopable ones, like the 1 second ones. Something I can do realistically in less than a week. I think something like that might be more fun, or like that's why I've been experimenting with the loop ones and then the motion comics ones. I want to do more of those. Of my big goal for next year is to make smaller content. Is what I'm planning for. Oh, cool. Comic artists, yeah. I want to make some kind of comics or like motion comics. Because just making like comics is kind of boring. No offense if you do that, but I want to add more elements to make it more, a little bit more like extra, maybe more. So it's like, oh, if this is like the comic page or whatever, like the panel, it's like, oh, I can do this, and it's like, whoa, that's crazy, you know. So we can have like limited types of animation, whereas like you're already limited, like, you know, moving parts around more than redrawing everything. But I can use each of these like type of elements and then using this limited animation to then do a limited animation of it, just doing one or so different translations, be it like scale and position. If I need to like rotation at some points, but other than that, like I did with the paper derpy letter one, which we did on stream, so it would be more simple, but like almost like maybe like a shortened version, or like a maybe more, just like simplified even more than my regular cartoons. I'm planning on trying to do more stuff like that. I also have more material to do more traditional art, so I could do something like that. I keep buying all these different like different things to like traditionally art, so I can have like a light table, and then I have a peg bar. All these are really dumb, but it's like that I have a little staple or a hole puncher, so I can do a 3-hole punch, and then I can get 3 holes here, and then with a light table, those will shine, and then I can have multiple papers, and then just flip through them and everything, and then use different pens that I got. A lot of pens that I got from Inktober. Been working on those to get that collection going. So I have basically enough to like do this, but I just never really had to. The main thing was for like 5 or so years with doing all these cartoons was that I was doing it on a very, very tight schedule that I've set myself. I know I got to end real quick, but I'll end it on this. That it's been actually like probably taking a physical toll more than I think, probably than I know, to do these these cartoons like over the last 5 years. To do those, where it was like I have to make those kind of sacrifices and just like accept myself that it's like I can't do anything until this like 7 seconds are done. I have to do like 7 seconds a day to animate to be able to get to this deadline that I want to hit, and I would do that like each like year we got like longer, just because I got more ambitious. We like started like every like day, or when, you know, every other day to like every other week, to like junior high was like, let's do a cartoon every week in junior high. you got, you know, you got nothing else to do, I guess. You got some homework, you finish your homework, you get on your laptop and you just animate for as long as you can. And then it was just like, I gotta like work for like every day of that week to actually make a thing, because a lot of these got more ambitious of like, let's have like a 3-minute, you know, 4-minute like music video. That's a lot of work. So it just became like, I have to, you know, I started to like shut outside world out. That's like, I got to like the point like years later, probably got that before then, actually. Like it got to the point where it's like, I've got to shut everything out. And it's like, I'm just going to concentrate on my cartoons and just make that my priority in extreme too much, where it's just like, anything else doesn't matter at that weird point, where it's just like, hey, do you want to go out and do this thing with the thing, you know, outside? I was like, no, like I'm not done with where I'm supposed to be by this block of this day to this hour. So, and then after a couple weeks, or like the weekly thing, it started to become like, it was getting too ambitious and I want to do more. And then it's like, I'm going to do it every month, you know, no matter what, if there's a holiday or not, it's mostly going to be holidays, but you know, whatever. And it was just like, oh, you know, it was like, oh, Valentine's Day is on the 14th, you know, it's like, I started at the 1st and then hopefully ended by 3 or so weeks in, so it's like, I really get like maybe like 2 or so weeks to do that Valentine's one, but like Halloween one, I get a lot more time, so that one gets more ambitious with that. So it was like, it got to a point where it's like, I'm getting so ambitious now, and I'm doing so many other things where I'm doing folly and commissions and small things and big things. So it just became like, the only way to get to this deadline that I want to do for each month means that all this rest of this stuff has to be very coordinated, and it's just like these streams are just to be able to do these little side things and to be able to make sure that I have enough audience to make sure that the videos also get retention on. This is getting very meta, and it's just like, I want to say that I would like to not do that as much anymore. So I would like to ease off and then say, if I can, please, YouTube, just let my algorithms just figure out that I might not do a video every month for, you know, it's going to be okay. I'll still be here, but I just want to make, maybe on different platforms, make different things. Or now I can even figure out how to do this video game thing if I want to do that too. But I just want to open myself up to, allow myself to like open up to be able to do like actual jobs and actually make more than, nothing really. I was going to say a number, but it's just like, it's not really sustainable, like, at all. Because the way that YouTube works, I'm sure a couple of you guys know that the YouTube way is that you have to, usually the YouTube money isn't given to creators regularly, per se, but for like smaller YouTubers, like around my size, it's like, I have to make $100 before I can actually see it. Like, it goes into YouTube's bank, they hold on to it until I reach the threshold, and then it's like, hey, you made over $100, here's your money. So it actually takes me like 3 or 4 or 5 months before I actually see any of that. So it's not like a nice paycheck. So that's why people are like, I can't live off YouTube. Because if they're small, it's like, you don't get to see actual paycheck regularly until you're like able to get like 1 million views or whatever per video. It's just like, I go on and on about this. Send you on somewhere. Is my Twitter on the description thing? Because then you might be able to DM me or something like that. Yeah, I'll probably go into Toast-Time. I think I wrapped up on that. So, I'll figure out how to do that. I think I was looking into FedEx or like one of those like box kind of a thing, buildings. Because I think they need like a graphic artist or something like that. So it won't be like retail of like a grocery store or one of those. I think I was trying to do like something like that. Whereas like I can do like a very small kind of shop like that. So maybe like a mail house, I can maybe go for that. So I can go full circle with that. But yeah, I probably won't do like a big like Walmart or nothing like that. If I don't have to. But if I need to, then I think restaurants are probably got to be lower on my list too. So I'll figure it out. That's why I'm allowing myself to think about it now, because it's been way overdue. And anyway, so that's what that's been my New Year's resolution, is to make sure that I allow myself to have these times to be able to do actually more things in some ways. If I allow myself to do that. So that's what I want to do. So if I need to ease off on monthly cartoons or anything like that, then I'll have to. It's gonna be okay. It's just not a weird, like, nice, weird, perfectly timed out thing of Kappa as well as Pony being less relevant to some extent. I know, but it's like it's just gonna be this nice, like, weird middle point now where it's like 2020 is just gonna be figuring things out. So it's just like I kind of leave and then see where the waters are and then figure it out. So but yeah, I can talk about this forever. So maybe I'll do that on next time on Thursday. Hopefully I'll have a stream. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll find a job that'll be during this time. I have Twitter. Okay then. What else you got? We'll make a Twitter account. Yeah. I don't know. I'll go to Twitter now. So anyone else, everyone else, thank you guys for watching. I know it's been really, really weird. Maybe this is why I do more just like general, actually making a project thing instead, kind of a thing. So, hope you are having a good New Year, or if you're in New Year realm territory or not, because America's not quite yet. I think in an hour? Is that right? No, it has to be 9. So in 4 hours, then New York is New Year. So still got time. So towards the time. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay. Now I can focus just on you guys and then see if there's anything else. Okay. Let's go to Gmail. And is this just DM is just for like to show your portfolio kind of thing? You give him the yeah. Yeah, I got a Discord server. So I think the link in the description has the link to the description has a link to the Discord server. That'd be Greenwater. What did I call it? Fun time or something? Greenwater Club. Yeah. Let's go back to you guys. Oh, still got my tabs for Space Needle. Let's hang on there. What else do I want? I want this. Okay. Bye, everyone. Who's leaving right now? So I see Padra. Bye, Padra. Yes, we'll have a... Get back on this, I guess. We'll have a stream hopefully on Thursday if I don't have a job at it. Yeah. It's just been really backwards, and I was just allowing myself to... Ugh. I just got too far into this, and it's like, I can't really do this anymore. To this extent, I guess I can say. That to try to, you know, every 30 days try to create like a 2-minute video is hard, as well as doing everything else. And it kind of actually, in a weird way, like limits me to an extent too, that it's just like, I can't work on anything else. Because it always feels like these cartoons always like lingering on top of me, saying, why am I not keep going? You gotta go more, you know, you gotta, if you did like 4 more seconds, then you can get to the next sequence, and then you can go from there. So So like that voice has always been in my head for however long I've been doing this. Since, not since the start, but like since I've started to like get more like, I'm gonna do this as a regular thing. It's probably about then that it's like, I've always had that voice saying like, please, you gotta, if you do like two seconds, then you can work out a background, and then you can do this for your cartoon, and it's gonna be great. but if you don't, then you'll have to do 2 days of work, and that's not gonna be possible because you can only do 1 day's work a day. Sad Yoshi hours. It's taken as long, but it hasn't really been, because I've known in a way too that this has been I don't know. There's no, I'm trying to think of a word like to. So like it's bad for my health, I guess. I guess on my mental health too. That is just like. Then instead of like, hey, the like friends or whatever, it's like, hey, why don't we do this? And it's like, I don't want to. So it's been. Let's see here. Okay, bye guys. Let's see. Oh, you already said that. Where am I? Okay, there you guys are. Oh, it's gotta be easier quick. Ugh. I don't know. I feel like I've been complaining about it, but it's just like, to the extent that I'm making it, the amount of like limitations, is that right? Restrictions that I've put on myself. It's like I'm shackling myself instead of allowing myself to. Like I'll be like, oh, this video needs to be uploaded tomorrow. Let me stay up the day before until I get it done. And then at the worst times, it was like I would finish or feel like it's close enough, because it'd be like 7 or 8 a.m. and then I would upload it and schedule it to record, schedule to upload like an hour later. So on like the worst days, instead of like listening to like my mom would say, like, just do it tomorrow, and it's like my mind would say like, no, I've set up this deadline, so I have to follow through. So I could have, the work done in another day and then uploaded it when I felt like it was done. But I've set up these deadlines to do a video every month. And now it's got way too much. I'm just recognizing it now, so. Let's see here. I gotta make final soon on this year, so I'm praying for grind. Oof. Yeah, I know about grinds. Said they're not fun. 2 minutes of animated dialogue. It depends on, that no matter what, that's still a lot of work. I feel ya. Dialogue can be, because it's very like with art, you can get like pushing pixels to a point where you're just like, the only thing you're really moving is just like a pixel over to like make it perfect. But if like dialogue, it's more loose in some way, but like dialogue can feel like it's more organic in a way. Obviously there are rules like, if your mouth has an sound, then it's like, oh, you better have a shape of your mouth that looks like that. Or like uhs and thiz. Those have to be like in place. But like a lot of the time, like most people aren't gonna like look at it too scrutiny. So if we need to like figuratively like push pixels or like move a frame back and forth to make the dialogue work, then then I would suggest to like because on my end, then I would actually push pixels to a point where I'm just moving this mouth frame like forward or back of the frame just to see if it would work better. And it might just actually just be Flash just trying to render it, not at the right speed, so no one's gonna really notice too hard on that. But if it is like, I'm just talking about directly of lip syncing, then to that point, then Obviously, don't do like flapping around too much, like, or like make it look like an anime dub. So it has to be close, but like if we're doing it frame by frame, then ugh, that's all luck to you. It's just because none of my first attempts at it were just like trying to make it perfect, and it was just like not really. Or I tried to do like I would follow all the rules of how they would think you just want to set up like lip sync, and it was just like didn't really look too well. And then I tried it a little bit different, or like one of the rules is to have the mouth open like a frame or two before the sound is, so like it will seem like because you can see things later than sound or something like that, or like light is quicker than audio, so I don't know why you want to have the mouth quicker. Anyway, so I tried that and it's just like it didn't really work, so I tried it basically making it on the frame that the audio has a sound that's when you start, and then when the audio stops, then that's on that frame have a closed mouth. So there's not much, I don't know what's going with that, but yeah, that's not really taught as much. I think they kind of want it to be like a frame or two before it, but I just never really found that to look too good. I ever just did it wrong, or just having or to like start off with a big mouth, like a wide mouth, and then that doesn't really look too well. So maybe could be part of that too, but I just kind of fill in to just making it more follow it to like too close in a way, where it's like if there's like a frame in the middle or like a sound in the middle of like like a th, then like on the frame that I hear it, then I put the frame. But yeah, maybe just having it like one frame in front, but then avoiding like on ones is another trick. Having it on twos is probably gonna be like a standard how I go about it. I might have like it on ones just for like really quick, like when people say the, like it's not the you know, like the on one frame to go for 2 frames, and then for 2 frames. Like for those ones I might have a the and then on one frame, and then the next frame have an shape. So but like for longer words, then it's just like it's not much. Like I have to follow it on twos a little bit more. It's hard because it's like trying to explain like how to exactly draw a tree. It's like that's a metaphor, but it means that that there's no right way to do it, but it's like there is, so it's like you can do it in a way that makes it look good. Anyway, I don't know why I got off on that too much. Hopefully in a couple hours it'll be a new year, and then I'll like take a deep breath, and then just hang out, and then I still want to work on a movie, so but that has a bigger deadline, and I'm trying not to. I think I just need to make less deadlines, or less having, instead of having like a harsh deadline. If I don't get it by the 15th, then I gotta work and on the 14th as long as I can. That is just like I gotta, just say like, oh, it's gonna be, maybe like a day or so later. That's when it's actually gonna be done. That might have just helped in anything too, but a lot of the ones that I was doing for the monthly were holiday ones. So it was like, hey, do you want to watch my Valentine's video in March? And be like, no. So I was like, I gotta make sure that those specific ones have to be more harder deadlines, which made it harder because then it became like nearly all of them started to become holidays, and if I didn't have like my other ones, like in say like July or August, like if those got on for too long, then the September one of those might have been pushed back too, and then if I wanted to do like one in September, then it might not be one, and then it might be in October, and then it's just like as soon as things like start getting more delayed, then it's just like then the Halloween one, would be in November. So that's what I always feared. So it's like I don't know how I did it, but I would work too hard on it, and it would just be all day work most of the time. So hopefully next year I'll just take it easy, or just make the deadlines less important in a way, but still like work on it enough that feels maybe like a middle ground of like work on it like there's a deadline, and then that might work. Because I was also thinking like if I work 1% every day, then it'll get done. But if I work 0% every day, then it'll never get done. So every day I have to open it up for like, holding. That's what I say. Like with the mail house, I worked on that for like the day, and then worked on something else. Probably like was that a cartoon? Maybe not. No, that was more recently. So I wasn't working on anything. I worked on anything else for another couple hours. So anyway, as long as I worked thinking like that, then I just had to work for like 1%, then it'll get done eventually. Now I can talk more about the movie more technically as I figured out more technical ways to go about the 3D-ish scenes. So, I figured it out. I know like a couple weeks ago or so, I said like I was all at a loss of like, how am I supposed to make these 3D scenes? Like I had like 3 different softwares, and I was like, I don't know how to do about it. So, if that ever comes up later, then I'll explain. I'll let you gotta let me hear, all right? About how to do that. So, because I figured out some way, and I think that might work. I've tested out a little bit, and it seemed to work fairly well. So I made a little test scene, like making a little dev, like kind of level, just to test all the technologies all at once, and they all seem to work, and it felt really good. That means I can have more geometry into my 3D scenes, so as well as mixing my 2D elements, and that'll work really well, better than I hoped. So I'm really happy about how to do a lot of researching to figure out how to do that. So anyway, this has gone for a little bit longer than I expected. So I knew that I would kind of talk for long anyway. What am I thinking? So yeah, next time I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Maybe we could even probably like more loops, or see what we can do. Or maybe we can do another, figure out what to do next time, or I don't know. So I'm now I've gone too far where it's like I'm too aloof of like, well, whatever, we'll just figure this out later. I can blind myself to like deadlines, it's like whatever, just make up your own, and now it's like, wait a minute. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do next time. The other option is to like actually just stop doing these live streams. Whoa. And then I can actually focus on other things. Because then a lot of my appointments, like, like dentist and doctor appointments and all those, sometimes conflict or like make appointments harder to schedule, So if I don't do these, doing this on weekends would be hard. because that's usually like my actual like rest days. So I don't know if I'm be able to do that as well. What's regular? I'm the kind of guy who, if I get off like out of habit, then it's really hard to get back in. Like even just like watching like cartoons, like if there's like a hiatus, then it's like really hard to like get back into it. Cause I'm also the kind of guy who's like, I'm not really. It's weird because I'm double-edged of like, well, I don't need to watch it now. I can watch it later. So it's like for all these like 100 people in their studios, it's like, oh, I could have, you know, I should respect their deadlines and then watch them on when they upload it for their like cartoons and their shows, like TV shows. So I have a hard time like getting back onto habit. So let's see. Every week, once a week. Yeah, it was 3 times a week, just to make sure that there was enough content in some way. And then I figured out that like, nah, let's make it. What was it? It was 1 a week, and then now it's 2. I feel like 3 does seem like a lot, and then 1's probably not enough. Because I wanted it to be like, so everyone can like join in. So like regardless if you're busy on, you know, Wednesday, then you'll be able to watch it on another day. So yeah, that was a bit weird. Started 3, then 1, now 2. I don't know, I kept experimenting. But yeah, it was, yeah, at that point where it's like, I wanted to figure out like, if someone's busy on a Monday, then they won't be able to join on Mondays. But if they're free on Wednesday, then they could join on that. So, and then I would have Friday too. So, I try to do it as much as I could while also balancing that I can have the other days. It was also weird, like the days that I didn't stream felt like more like productive. That it's like I can do more. But these streams actually do kind of take a while to like set up, as well as yeah, just like the setup and like how much time that takes kind of takes out production or be able to work on other things earlier today. It's like on non-stream days I'm able to work longer because I'm able to use this hour as well as an hour later, so I'll essentially lose like maybe like 2.5 hours of work each stream day. So that's why I kind of made it like 1. But then I was like, I could do more. So then that became 2 then. So let's see. Yeah, exactly. So it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then just Wednesday, and now it's Tuesday and Thursday. So I had fun figuring that out. It was that learning curve to like figure out how to do that. So I was playing around and trying to figure out the options of maybe I can stream on a different platform like Twitch or something, or Picardo, so it won't feel like these hey guys, you know, entertainment type of live streams that I can just feel like a work, and then people who want to join those would be less prone to getting a spoiler, you know. If I did a spoiler on one of my videos on a live stream, then I don't know if you would watch it. I don't know. I didn't want to do any actual like progress work for the actual cartoons on live streams. Let's see. We're Saturday, Sunday. Well, as I said, like those are my rest days. As well as when obviously my parents get days off. So, and surprise, they want me to hang out with them. So, I just get less work done somewhat on those days instead of more productive on weekdays. So And it's just quieter too. They're not too loud, but it's just like any kind of rumble kind of distracts me. So those might not work, but again, the problem is that if I feel like I get out of habit, then it's hard to get back on it, as well as doing it whenever I feel like is just like easy to cop out and say like, I don't really feel like it. So it has to be like, if I want to change this, then it have to be very, very nice middle ground of what to do. So, this is just like for the worst to figure out like to stop and streams for if Kappa decides to think that horses are in cartoons are made only for kids, then that would lead to streams where they're made for kids and then there will be no comments. So then it would become streams where I have a community where people want to talk, and then they're not allowed to. So that's where all this is coming from, with that. So, but again, if they're just gonna just do an umbrella search and go, well, we don't really find too many tags or whatever they're looking for in my content, then I'll be okay. But if it gets bad to the point where my entire channel could become kid made only because it is in this weird gray area, then I'll have to restructure a lot of things. And then the live streams would probably be one of the first things, and then figure out the rest of the content. So, again, never you mind, but it's just something that I'll have to figure out. So you don't have to, as well as everything else for the rest of the channel, as well as figuring out whatever kind of content I want to make. But if I do more, do want to get like some kind of job, then that will probably take like 6. Well, I could do part-time. So maybe, I don't even know. I don't even know how long part-time is. So, then I'll really eat up a lot of time. So that's why I was like hesitant to get some sort of job like that, because it'd be like eating up into my time, which, as I said, like is very, very by the hour and structured to be able to get these videos done in the timely manner that I want to. So, yeah, that's all to say. Like, it's we're in a weird transition time, and I'm not sure how to really proceed as much of where to really go with this. So, if everything's fine, then everything's fine, But if it's not, then there'll be a lot of things to reconsider and restructure. So, again, this isn't... It's not your fault. Let's say that. It's definitely not, but it becomes more involved with you guys because obviously you're the ones that I'm making all this content for in the first place. So I'll have to think of you first in a way to make sure that everyone's happy with that as well, with whatever I choose. So, toasters. Yeah, I think I've gone long enough, and I'm sure I'll go back in circles. I'm talking about regular stuff of what I just talked about. So, didn't expect this will happen with all this stream here, but that's live showbiz. I think I'll wrap up. Let me get some more water so I can say this proudly. So, thanks for being you. Thanks for checking out this channel. Thanks for checking out the content. Thanks for all the community stuff that you do on the videos. So I super appreciate it, because obviously you're the person who I do this for. I was gonna say that I do it for myself, but I really do. So I'm just not sure. And I'm the kind of guy who's like, if I don't know what kind of breakfast food I'm gonna have tomorrow, then I'm gonna freak out the entire night, you know? So I like knowing what the future is in a way that I can prepare for it, you know? So if I don't know where any of this is really going, then it's way harder to figure everything out and make timetables, essentially what to do for every week. So, before we go, thank you. You know, awesome. Thank you. We'll be fine. I'm just scared. I don't know. As well as Flash is gonna, Flash player is also gonna die next year too. So that'll be fun. So in December 2020, Flash player will not be compatible with like the updated versions of Chrome and everything. So that means all my little swaps and videos that I put on DeviantArt will not be accepted by updated versions of Chrome by then. So I'll have to figure out what to do with that. Still 2019 here too. America is still, I believe, 2019. So someone is saving all Flash games. Well, it's a noble cause, but if you know what some of those are, I don't think you really want to do that. Some of those are a little bit, you know. But yeah, just like the animation program that all this is being made in will not be affected, but the way that I export things is in that SWF file. So that's for Flash Player. So that'll be interesting to see, like, whether or not using Animate, if I can create a SWF file, like what'll happen, because I'll be using Flash Player to create that SWF, which I make in Animate. This is all Moonspeak, then you're lucky. Oh, you're so pure. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be someone to be able to make some kind of hack player that doesn't natively be Flash Player, but maybe it'll have code like it to be able to run Flash type games. Because obviously the Flash games themselves won't delete themselves, but the way that the browser player itself will start to crumble. So, let's see. Newgrounds has a personal player now too. Oh, awesome. Well, even like YouTube was like using Flash Player for like a couple years. Like when they first started in like 2005, they were using the Flash Player. And then obviously they changed the HTML5, so maybe would it be possible to change? Not really, because there still has to be the interactive element that is supported with Flash games. Obviously with cartoons, they're more, you know, less reliant on having buttons and controls to the Flash thing, cartoon. So, so yeah, all the games will be interesting to figure out, like how we're gonna preserve it in a way that they'll be able to still work. My dad has tried to figure out a way to save a Chrome browser that won't update Flash Player. So hopefully by then he'll see whether his efforts worked out. But he's trying to save like a certain version, I guess. I didn't really look into it, but like figured out a way to make sure that Chrome doesn't like update itself, I guess. Then it won't. Yeah, trying to think about it. How the actual way is gonna work is that the because by 2021 or so, the Flash player should still work, but Adobe said they won't update it. And then Chrome said that they'll update it so that if you have a browser by 2021, then that browser won't natively accept and won't be able to open Flash player browser things, be it cartoons or games or whatever. So from what I understand, then yeah, if you should have maybe like an external, maybe like an exe sort of a deal that can use and open Flash things, and then that might work, I guess. Or maybe you can like download them. So I don't know how this actually works. But I'll see if I have to, because on my DeviantArt I have some swabs there that are natively swapped, so I could probably just go in and next year just change the file type or like render it in as a GIF or like a, yeah, that might work. So more stuff for me to work on. Still got a lot of projects working on, so I still got stuff to do. So there might be more content in a way if I make smaller stuff. So a lot of people, I know a lot of people are like trying to make more bigger and broader projects, but it's like I'm at a point where it's like it probably is too big that it's like I'd rather just make things smaller. So I'm gonna go from there and then see where that leads, and then probably make more stuff for more platforms in a way too. So make more of a social media kind of presence than just YouTube, so I can not put all my eggs in one basket and see which of them I get more popular on, and then go from there. So maybe I'm not, might have broader reach on, I don't know, Facebook or something like that than if I make little pictures on there. Rather than these big 2-minute epics of like very esoteric, Charlie Chaplin comedy that no one will understand than myself, who wrote up these scripts to be very, not really intentionally esoteric, but like in a way that it relies on a lot of my experiences, I suppose. Where it's like, I have the one where they go to the witch hideout, where it has all the witches that are based off my, what is it, Konosuba, and My Little Witch Academia. So, stuff like that, which I'm sure majority haven't seen that. So it's like, I also kind of wrote it in a way that it doesn't exactly rely to know that knowledge, but like I definitely could have wrote it in a way that had parodies of parodies and side of stuff, and then be very fan service in a way that no one else will be able to understand. So it would be great if you want other people to watch your stuff. Actually, it sounds pretty good, because I don't really have an older person demographic for my YouTube videos, which I guess makes sense. But I think I got like 5 or 6% based on the demographics and analytics are 65 and older. So that might be best to like look at them and see where that goes. Probably just reaching out too, so I can make more not pony stuff as well. What else be interesting too? So I made a Meowth and Sans Undertale today, so I think I just like making characters and seeing them animate more than being a fine artist and like making a painting. So I like things to be more, it's had to be, I was gonna say interactive, but it's like they're not really, especially like in like a year, and then they'll definitely not be interactive. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Audience for the Elders. MySpace. Yeah, I will just make a whole bunch of like accounts for different things to see where I stick. Yeah. Definitely won't try to abandon this this channel particularly, I will make the chapters. I like the Derpy movie in chapters, and then I'll have to find out some points to like say like, oh, this is you know, like a story point turn or cliffhanger or something like that. And, figured out where to put that. So that'll be the priority. So if I can do 1% a day, then it'll eventually get done. So and then everything else I talked about, and I've been going on for nearly 2 hours. So cool. Well, it's kind of fun. It's like a party with the New Year's. So I get everything else done out of my head now. Everything else. I talked about lip sync for like 10 minutes, didn't I? But anyway, probably should wrap up before I get on anything else for another half hour. Yeah, I do super like appreciate all you guys. It's very humbling to like post a video that's worked for like nearly a month on and then see all the responsive. Even like all the negative responses. Like I got a lot of negative responses over the years. Like I got like one that was like nearly like an essay, kind of like high school essay long, negative like what I did wrong in this video, and it was like, huh, that was, yeah, like it was good to like listen to those and like read them too instead of like not read it. So it's like it was good to like read through all those comments and then read the bad ones and go, yeah, I understand. I can see where you're going from, and then I will make sure that the next one doesn't have these issues that you're pointing out. So it's been a big journey. It's definitely not over, but it feels like a turning point. So I'm just not sure. And everything else I talked about earlier too. With the kind of content I want to make. So I mean, your favorite pony creator? Wow. Because that's a big competition over there. It's been great meeting 100 pony fans through these streams. Ah, yeah, that was the whole point of this. Yeah, was that I can connect with all you guys on a more, I guess, personal level than hiding behind an animated horse. You appreciated. Thank you. It does mean a lot. It's hard to sound like it is, but it's just like that's just how my tone of voice is. That it's just like I'm not. You want to express it too well. So I just haven't had much like self-confidence or self-esteem in myself that to get like any kind of response to like you're doing good and you're doing bad. It's like someone listened and like looked at the content and had their opinion on it. So I'm glad either way. So if I was gonna say if Kappa if Kappa decides like no more comments and not a kid's channel, then I'm gonna be upset and then I'm gonna understand and then try to figure out what to do from there. So it'll be fine. I'm just worried about it. Because I guess it's already been, well, it's not America time yet, so we'll have to figure out in a couple hours. In a couple more hours, we'll see. But I'm sure it's not going to be like a light switch, but over time it'll probably come back and figure out what to do. Or it could already be like how it will be. Like nothing's going to change. In that case, then I guess we're fine. It's kind of like 2012. It's like everything's still fine, you know? It's like, huh. It's like the world didn't really end in 2012. Like what? Everything's the same. Wasn't there supposed to be like some kind of big bad thing? And it's like, huh. Because the problem is that later on they could come back and say like, ah, you messed up. And then the bad things have happened. But because they're obviously not directly placing like every content video, I guess, right now. Because I can upload whatever I want right now and then not have like immediate like emails saying like, hey, we reviewed it and say like you're wrong, then do this action or we'll do it for you. So that hasn't come up yet. So there's been no communication like that. So if that's how it's gonna be, then it's the rest everything's gonna be fine. Next Majora. It's been a better half of the decade, like 5 years. Low self-esteem, thanks, how better. Thank you. That does mean a lot, yeah. Then it's like, oh, I'm not the only one with low self-esteem. Oh dear. It is a serious issue. It's makes you very anxious. That is like, you feel like you're worthless, and it's hard to not accept that. That's like, yeah, with everything else that I've really done, it's like, what really have I amounted to as a person? It's like, that's not really as much as I think I've done. So that's why the resolution is to be better, and everything's gonna be hopefully okay, and I'm just not sure. So it was less of a self-esteem, and it's just like I'm just actually just nervous. So things got very real. I'm sorry who wanted to have content on this stream, but there was art, so you can't blame me for that, you know, because you got art in some fashion. So jeez, okay, we are coming up on 2 hours. Jeez. So there was art. We talked about stuff, and it's a New Year's-ish celebration. So at least for me, it's still like it's like 10 to 6 p.m. So that's why it's like it's not really there yet. So 2020's year of Greenwater. That sounds great. What Chinese thing is it gonna be? Because I was born like on a pig or a rat or something. I don't even remember. What they call it? Like a zodiac? Let's do that real quick. Rat. Cool. I was not a rat. Let's do... I was a pig. Okay. It was either a pig or a rat. Okay, so I'm a pig. Right? Yes. Okay. What does that mean, though? Does that mean, like, good crops and, like, good things? I don't know. You're a rat. Cool. Wood pig. Oh. Wood pigs are simple, honest, and lovely. Yay. With strong endurance, they never give up easily. Easygoing and get along with others, but they are relatively impetuous and awfully want to carry out the ideas that come out immediately. Oh my god. Goody gosh. Once they start doing something, they will never give up, no matter what difficulties they meet. Oh my gosh. Therefore, they need to do everything calmly in accordance with the schedule. Whoa! Jeez. Wow. Okay. They have good luck and wealth, but they often squander randomly due to their unconstrained, generous personality. They don't worry about having no money because they think everything is fine and there is always a way out. I don't know. I don't think about that. However, just in case, they should try to cultivate the habit of saving, even if there is not much money. What? Whoa. That's what I love. Starting up a business. Whatever. That's about it. Geez. Okay. Well, I think the first bit was this close, but yeah, you're saying it's pretty broad. But it's everything that there could be an opposite, but it's like it felt like each of those were kind of close, so it's like it's kind of describes many people, but I guess that's the point as well too. So, Yeah. It's weird, yeah. I think my saving habit is just to save. And I guess I do have no money. So I guess that's right too. Yes, I did spend the last half hour worrying about money. A bit that this the whole operation is sort of business. The problem is it's still like a weird hobby to me. That's not quite a business. A business would be that it sustains itself in a way, and this, frankly, does not. The YouTube channel does not sustain itself as best as it could. So, the profit in... Does that make sense? No, okay, so the time it takes to make the videos and the profit that I get do not really equate to each other. And it's not on you guys, but it's just like the visibility and just the other YouTuber factors. So it's not really that much, you know, as a factor to like personally like say like, hey, you didn't watch my videos, so I'm gonna starve. It's a lot more complicated than that. I'm sure most of the actual YouTubers in these watching this will testify to that it's more complicated. That's why one of the suggestion was to do a more what's it called, when you do things in a pattern and it's about the same time between each time you do it. So with that kind of schedule type thing, where if you do it consistently, that's it. If you have a consistent schedule, then YouTube will favor that more. But I think just sharing it on Equestria Daily, then that will help it a bit. But it doesn't really change like the actual organic views, like subscribers and random viewers. So as a business, it's not able to really do too well. That's why I like doing like bigger projects that are commissions and smaller commissions. Like those are more fun because then it's like, oh, I get to figure out and like communicate with other people and figure out what they want to like like to show them like a work in progress and then have someone else to actually review it. Because usually with my videos, like there's no one really to review them, so I could have something completely bad or wrong and I would never know until it's actually uploaded. So maybe I just need a reviewer, or like just someone to look through them. So maybe that could be part of the streams as a do something like that. But I don't know. Then it comes like spoilers, and then it's like, oh, you've seen a spoiler, like important part, and then it's like, oh, I don't want to watch it now or something. So let's see. Generous donations. Yes. Yeah, shout out to all the donators over this year too. Like the guy with the rubles. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Hello. I was actually trying to finish how to close this room because it's nearly 2 hours and I've been actually been done for about actually an hour. So thank you. Yeah, I forgot how to close this. And then on Thursday we'll have another stream, hopefully. Until I figure out where we're going. So the direction of the channel is slightly in the air. But maybe tomorrow I'll figure things out, and at least for now I will just rest, have dinner, party softly, maybe watch the Space Eagle explode with the fireworks, and then go to bed. So that's what I'm doing. And you can be you hopefully will maybe have some update videos or something so I can figure out how to direct you guys to, like, if I go on like, sporg.com, then I need a way to get you guys to look at me on Sporg, so I'll have to figure out how to do that as well. But it's up to me. I just randomly came up with that, so might not be an issue, might be, or everything could just be fine and I'm just really worrying about it. So, yeah, I probably should figure out how to stop this. Found it. So, one big thank you to everyone. Because this is after Screech, which means that I'm not able to really say everyone's name here, but everyone in this chat, everyone who's been in every other chat, this is just a nice time to celebrate all of you guys. So, next time we'll get back to business, hopefully, but otherwise we'll have to figure out where to really go. So maybe the Wii Sports idea might be a bit too ambitious, so probably don't expect the Wii Sports stream for a while. But other stuff like PC games would be easier, because I've pretty much already set everything up to work with PC gaming in a way. Maybe like more cooperative kind of, or like, you know, those draw pile and those kind of drawing games where we can do like those online Pictionary games, or like something like that. You know, we could do maybe. I didn't want to do most of those because it actually will obviously rely on having people to watch and play. So I was more hesitant to do those like interactive or like cooperative things without having knowing that people will actually be interested in playing those type of games. So even like now, it's like I had a big ask me questions on it, got like 3 of them, so it's totally fine. But it's just like, that was the whole point. So, yeah. Thank you. Happy New Year from Spain, Madrid. Ooh, cool. Oh no. Cop is here. Cop is gonna get us all. I'm scared. Not so much as like the actual like, oh, it's a big fine, but it's just like what it can do to like the community aspect. That's the scary part, which like no comments on basically anything. Visibility is turned off, and a whole bunch of other small stuff that seem a bit bigger than they amount to be. So taken all together, it will be a big scary thing. A lot to wait around in. Thanks for that then. Yeah, I'm trying to wrap up. Thank you. Now Thursday we'll have something. I'll send on that. Thank you. And until, well, I guess some of you next year, this doesn't really get less awkward. So, Happy New Year. There you go. Okay, see ya.